Hello and welcome to the tutorial series for Day Optimizer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to enter tasks within Day Optimizer. But first, let me explain how tasks are different in Day Optimizer than in other task managers. Day Optimizer is a time management app. That means we need to take into account time. In Day Optimizer, we use the concept of a to-do to represent anything that takes up time in our day. We have three different types of to-dos: a task, an appointment, and an activity. A task is something that takes up time in your day that will eventually be done. An appointment, usually synced from your calendar, represents a fixed point in the day that you need to work around. An activity is something that takes up time in your day that is never done. Think things like lunch or exercise. Now, tasks are things that you do need to get done. But what makes them special in Day Optimizer and how do they differ? Well, first of all, Day Optimizer has this concept of a commitment that is separate from a task. So I might define a task like pay my taxes. But each day that I attempt to pay my taxes, I can commit to it. And that creates a separate instance of that task tied to that day. So I can track my performance of that task on that day. So if there's a task that takes several days to get done, I'm tracking that performance every single day. Furthermore, tasks automatically flow from one day to the next once you activate them. So there's this concept of a task flow within Day Optimizer. So once I start committing to a task, it will keep reappearing until I snooze it or finish it. Okay, let's dive in a little bit and see how this works in practice. So you can see here, I've got three tasks on my commitment list. Paying invoices. Okay, let's mark that done. But what we're going to say is it's only done today. So I went through and I paid a bunch of the invoices, but I still have a stack of invoices to pay. I basically spent a half an hour doing it. I wasn't able to get it all done, but I've got more important priorities today that I need to move on to. I don't want the task to disappear, but I want the satisfaction of checking it off. I want that dopamine hit that increases my motivation, and I don't want to get distracted by it later on in the day when I'm looking at what I need to do. So when I mark it done today, it actually gets moved over and crossed off. So now I don't need to worry about it for the rest of the day. Tomorrow it will reappear in my planning flow. Now, paying taxes, we did that today. We're going to mark that done forever. Now we know that taxes are never done forever, but they're done until at least next year, right? So done forever. And now that's out of my planning flow. So when I plan my day tomorrow, we won't see that. Finally, returning the item to the store, I'm going to skip that today. We'll get into later on how the real-time time management works. Skipping can be really useful for managing your time allocations in real time. For now, we're just going to say skip today. Okay, so now these have all moved over to the right-hand side. If you're using one of the other plan types, they'll appear a little differently, but those three different statuses still apply. Let's go look at how they appear in our planning flow now. Now, if I come here and click today and click start planning, you'll see now the tasks that I didn't finish are appearing at the top under unfinished tasks. So I can re-add them into my planning flow. So I never lose them. So unlike a task manager where once you check it off, it's gone, it disappears. In Day Optimizer, as long as you mark it done today, you get the satisfaction of crossing it off without ever having to worry about losing it. Furthermore, you can always open it up and see a history of exactly which days you committed to doing it, which days you did it today, and what day you finally completed it on. So how do we add tasks within Day Optimizer? Well, we can do so on the tasks page. And we just click add here. And so I need to create a task. So let's say I'm going to update the website. I can tag this in different ways. So maybe I'll make that a marketing task and different views will group that into marketing. I can add notes about the task, links, things like that. I can also snooze the task. So for instance, I can say, I don't need to worry about this until next Monday. If I snooze a task, it won't appear in my planning flow until that day. Think of it like a hide until day. For right now, we're not going to snooze, and we'll click Save. So now we have the task update website. We're going to go back into that planning flow, and we'll see at the bottom here, the task appears. Now, if we're in the planning flow and we come up with a new task and we think, hey, we need to do that, we can just add it right here and say, oh, by the way, I need to call John. Hit save, and it appears. Now it appears on the left-hand side. That's not committed to yet. If I actually want to add it to my day, remember to click the plus sign. This is useful if you, while you're planning, come up with tasks that you need to do in the future. Just add them immediately in the planning flow. You have no need to go to the task screen. So once again, that's tasks within the Day Optimizer. They've got the special properties that they participate in the task flow. They are able to be marked off as done today versus done forever. You also have skip today and won't do as additional tasks for that. And you have tracking of exactly when you worked on those tasks. If you have any more questions about tasks, please email support@dayoptimizer.com. Thank you very much.